Hello everyone, welcome to Mission for Excellence. Today we will do the topic relative motion. So first we will understand what is relative motion. After that we will do relative displacement, relative velocity and relative acceleration. So first let us understand what is the meaning of this relative. Relative means with respect to one another. So to understand this, let us take an example of a train. Suppose if you and your friend are moving in a train. Suppose there is a train and this is you and your friend. You both are moving in a train. For the people outside the train, means standing on the platform or standing on the outer village or in the town or near the railway crossing, those people who are outside, for those people you both are moving, so that's why you are in the moving position with respect to those villagers or those people who are outside the train. But with what happens with respect to each other, in this case your position doesn't change with respect to your friend and your friend's position also doesn't change with respect to you. It means your velocity, relative velocity is 0 and his relative velocity is also 0, or relative displacement is 0 because you are not changing your position with respect to one another. Suppose you are sitting at a distance of 1 meter from each other. So at every time when you end the journey, before that, at every time there will be a distance of 1 meter between you and your friend. It means you both are not changing your position with respect to one another. So that's why you both are at the stationary position, stationary state of motion. Stationary means both of you are at rest with respect to each other. And for these outside people, you both are moving because you are changing your place from one station to other station or outside your town or outside the village. For those trees, people or any other person standing outside any vehicle, your position is changed. That why you are in motion with respect to these people. So this is the concept of relative motion, means with respect to one another. So the main person or the object with respect to whom you are taking your position, if you are taking position to this person, then this is known as reference. This is known as reference. If you are taking position of your friend with respect to you, then you will be considered as reference. If we take velocity of you with respect to your friend, then your friend will be known as the reference. So in this case, we consider a reference point with respect to whom we take the change in displacement, change in position or change in velocity, etc. So this is the concept of relative motion. So let us first find out what is relative displacement. Relative displacement. Relative displacement. To understand this concept, let us take this x-axis and y-axis. This is the origin, and suppose let OP and OQ are the position of 2 points. Suppose this point is P and this point is Q. So the position of this point is OP and position of this point Q is OQ. So the displacement of P with respect to Q is this one, this QP. So let us take this axis with respect to this frame of axis as x1 and this as y1. So now let us write here in triangle OPQ. In triangle OPQ, by the triangle law, we get OQ plus QP will be equal to OP. OQ plus QP will be equal to OP. So from this we get QP as OQ minus OP. So it means, thus we say that displacement displacement of P relative to Q. This is nothing but displacement. So displacement of P relative to Q will be equal to displacement of point P minus displacement of point Q. So this is the relative displacement. It means change of position with respect to one another. So this is the relative displacement. So this we have used here triangle law. So we can write here by triangle law. So this is the relative displacement. Now let us define relative velocity. So relative velocity means when two points P and Q are moving with respect to same frame of reference. Frame of reference means the observer is common. So same frame of reference, then relative velocity of P with respect to Q is defined as rate of change of, as we know velocity is rate of change of position. So we write here defined as rate of change of position of point P with respect to Q. So with respect to Q, how its position is changed, we consider that in the relative velocity. So let us derive the relative velocity. So suppose the two particles P and Q are moving with velocities u and v. So initial velocity of P is u and velocity of Q is, we take v, and is represented by this AB. Suppose a particle is moving along AB with velocity u and a particle is moving along this CD with velocity v. So these are the two paths along which the particles are moving. So what we have to do to find the relative velocity, we have to take a line from A parallel to this CD. So from here we take a parallel line CD which is equal in magnitude also, and then join, let us take this as E point, and then join B and E. So now this velocity is v, so this we also considered as v. So this is the velocity u and this is the velocity v. So now this is the resultant relative velocity EB. So now let us write here by the triangle law again. In triangle ABE, by the triangle law, EB will be equal to this function. This will be equal to EA plus AB. EA plus AB. But as we know, AE is equal to V, so EA will be equal to minus V. So we write here minus V plus U. So the relative velocity we denote it suppose as V, capital V. So this will be equal to U minus V. So let us state it. The relative velocity of P with respect to Q will be equal to, relative velocity of P with respect to Q will be equal to velocity of P plus reverse velocity of Q, because we are taking here minus V. So that's why this is equal to U minus V is the relative velocity. Let us take a vector because velocity is a vector. So velocity is equal to U minus V. This is the relative velocity. So So now, as these are the vector, so what will be the magnitude of this velocity and what will be the direction of this relative velocity capital V. So let us now find out the magnitude and direction of this relative velocity. So now we do magnitude and direction of the relative velocity. For this, let us take this OX and OY as frame of reference. OX, so this is x-axis, this is y, this is O, and the two particles are moving with the velocity v and u. So this is velocity u, and here the particle is going with velocity v, small v, and capital V is their resultant. So now let us take the angle of this u is alpha with x-axis, and angle of this V is beta with x-axis. So now let us take their resultant is, suppose, capital V. This is their resultant capital V, making an angle theta with the x-axis. So let us take this angle as theta. So now, since the particles are moving along the direction this u and v, so we take their resolved parts, that is components along the x direction and y direction. So the component of this, let us take the component of this velocity v, resultant velocity v along the x direction. So now, as from the previous article, the velocity v will be equal to u minus v. So that's why if we take the resolved component on the along the x-axis, so along OX. So first let us take along OX. So the component of v, because as capital V makes an angle theta, so its component will be v cos theta. So now the component of u along x direction is u cos alpha, plus we take the reversed coefficient of this reverse component of this v. Component of v is v cos beta, and if we take the reverse component, then we take it minus v cos beta, because we have done earlier to find the relative velocity we take the reverse direction. Similarly, in the y direction, we take here v sin theta equal to u sin alpha minus v sin beta. So now let us take this equation, squaring and adding. So take this as equation number 1, this is equation number 2. Now squaring and adding equation 1 and 2. Squaring and adding equation 1 and 2. So here we get v square cos square theta plus v square sin square theta. On the right side we get u cos alpha minus v cos beta whole square plus u sin alpha minus v sin beta whole square. Here we get v square, because cos square plus sin square is 1. Here we get u square cos square alpha plus v square cos square beta minus 2uv cos alpha cos beta plus u square sin square alpha plus v square sin square beta minus 2uv sin alpha sin beta. So now taking the similar terms like u cos square alpha and u square sin square alpha. So cos square plus sin square will become 1, so it will remain u square. Similarly, v square cos square beta and v square sin square beta will become v square. So here we get u square plus v square minus 2uv. With 2uv we have cos alpha cos beta plus sin alpha sin beta. Cos alpha cos beta plus sin alpha sin beta. So this we get So we get v square equal to u square plus v square minus 2uv cos alpha cos beta plus sin alpha sin beta will be cos alpha minus beta. So from this we get capital V is equal to u square plus v square minus 2uv cos alpha minus beta. So this is the component of relative velocity making an angle theta with the x-axis. So this is the relative velocity magnitude. We take here under root also. So this is the magnitude of the relative velocity. Now let us divide this equation number 2 and 1 to get the direction. So let us divide equation 2 by equation number 1. So here we get v sin theta by v cos theta equal to u sin alpha minus v sin beta upon u cos alpha minus v cos beta. So we have divided these two equations. So this gives the direction. So this equation gives the direction of the velocity. Now in particular case, when these two are not moving in the different directions, if these are moving suppose parallel to each other, suppose u here and v here, if these are parallel to each other, if u and v are moving parallel to each other in the same direction, are moving parallel to each other in same direction, if they are moving in the same direction, it means alpha will be equal to beta. So when alpha will be equal to beta, then from this equation number, suppose we take it as equation number 3 and this we take at equation number 4. So from equation number 3 we have value of v will be equal to u square plus v square minus 2uv, and alpha equal to beta means it will become 0. So cos 0 will be equal to 1 and under root. So this will be equal to u minus v whole square root. So capital V will be equal to u minus v. This is the relative velocity when they are moving in the same direction or they are moving parallel to each other. That we have done earlier also. And what will be the direction? When alpha will be equal to beta, then the direction of this, that is this tangent, this v is cancelled, so it will become tangent theta. So now let us take the direction. So tangent theta will be equal to u sin alpha minus v sin alpha divided by u cos alpha minus v cos alpha when alpha equal to beta. So it will become u minus v sin alpha by u minus v cos alpha. So this u minus v is cancelled here now. So this will be equal to tangent alpha. So when tangent theta equal to tangent alpha, we take it as theta equal to alpha. So this is the direction and this is the magnitude. U minus v is the magnitude and theta equal to alpha means that when these two bodies are moving parallel to each other, then the relative velocity of one with respect to other will move in the direction of P, because alpha is the direction of P, or we can say the common direction. So the resultant velocity or relative velocity will also move in the same direction. Now let us do relative acceleration. So now first let us define relative acceleration. When two particles P and Q, when two particles P and Q are moving with respect to same frame of reference, because in the case of relative motion the frame of reference is very important. So with respect to the same frame of reference, then the relative acceleration of point P with respect to Q is defined as the rate of change of velocity of P with respect to Q. This is the common definition of acceleration, that acceleration is the rate of change of velocity. But in case of relative, we take with respect to the another point. That's why we have taken here rate of change of velocity of P with respect to Q is known as the relative acceleration of P. So now, suppose P and Q are moving. So P is moving with velocity u and Q is moving with velocity v. Then their relative motion will be equal to u minus v. So now the rate of change, so this dv by dt, that is equal to the acceleration, will be equal to du by dt minus dv by dt. So this is the rate of change of velocity. It is known as relative acceleration. So the relative acceleration of point P with respect to Q is equal to the actual acceleration of P with reversed acceleration of Q. So this is the acceleration of point P, and this is because it is minus here, so we take it as reverse acceleration of point Q. So this is the relative acceleration. So if you find this video as beneficial, then share with others also, so that your friends also can get the benefit from these videos, and also click on the bell icon so that you can get notification about the new video.